You are. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Sarlacc Digest, a podcast bringing you line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is episode 319, being recorded on August 9th, 2025. Oh, the year's almost over. But Halloween's coming up, right? Right? There's always a countdown to Halloween.
Heck yeah.
I'm your host, Dard Moocher. I've got Scott Solo here.
What's up, nerds?
And there's more coming. That's
the dirty rumor.
Yeah. So we will wait for Ernie to end his show and come on over here. I heard that rumors that Joey might be late. And Chris is taking the night off. Busy. So with that, but I mean, you guys, we've got some things to cover. We actually got things to cover. There is some Star Wars official news and then some like official, unofficial by actors, and then there's some talk about the bigger picture, and we do have a giveaway to do, and it's sitting right here. I got my hands on it. More details will follow, but first, Scott, our Shadow Council desperately needs, it's their darkest hour. They desperately need you.
Oh no.
And of course, everybody in the pit eagerly awaiting tonight's show.
They're eagerly waiting the attempted digestion. So let's see. Oh, Commander Bly's in at 9:19. Hal Runner at 9:24. Okay, and I'm assuming those are Central Time.
Yeah. Those are Ernie's times when he's going to jump in the show. It's always fun. So if you're new here, this is a little inside joke. Once you see it, you'll know exactly what's happening. Go ahead, Scott. Take it away.
We don't have many inside jokes because we want you guys to, we want newbies to come in and feel welcome, but the ones that we do are really fun. So
That's right.
They're interactive inside jokes. I love it. So, hey, these people help us make the inside joke a thing. And that is Adam S., AJ from the Forbidden Panel. Let's all give a warm Sarlacc Digest Shadow Council welcome to our newest member. That is Tommy. Blitz Transmissions. Woohoo!
Awesome.
So we got Tommy in here now. We've suckered him in. We fished him in. He's here for good now. We got him. Then we got Brian C. We got Cliff. We've got Commander Bly, who cannot request us to kick him off the Shadow Council.
Not anymore.
Nope. We've got Commander Cook, Crystal E, Don the Dad Dorn, Eric Grubb, Flavy Davy, Gavin Connor from the Holy Hour All Cure podcast. We've got Hellrunner Base, Luke O'Brien, Mervine Bolanos, Matt Logic, Muftak is back, Nicholas Schaefer, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Rhino Hobbies, Stu John Jedi, and Senior Troy Dodson. If you want to join the Shadow Council, all you got to do is scan that QR code right there or go to patreon.com/Sarlacc Digest podcast and donate a couple of dollars. Every dime of it goes back into the production of this show. So we really do appreciate you. It is, I can't stress enough how much we really do appreciate this, right? I mean, we're just a couple of idiots from the desert that just love to talk Star Wars, and the fact that you guys like to support us, that means a lot to us. So,
and it shows because this is where some of that money goes to giveaways this, where we want to give back. So again, promoting it. More details to follow.
But as I swig my Sam Adams, we've got Stu John Jedi in there. What's up, Stu John? Let's see. We've got Luke. That's Luke O'Brien right there. We've got Hellrunner Base. He's in there always. Gordon Skalski. Hello there. We've got Don the Dad Dorn in there. We've got Rhino Hobbies, Basil G, Commander Bly. Don't need to talk to that Scott Solo guy. He's just always in there. Did I already say Rhino Hobbies? If I didn't, I'll say Rhino Hobbies again. Rhino Hobbies. We've got Meeks in there. We have got as I scroll through the millions of Jesus. The pit is going off right now. We've got Geo the Hutt in there. What's up, Geo?
Yes. Finally had 3 nights.
What's up, nerds? We've got Genobi in there. What's up, Genobi? I know what she's here for. She wants to know what it would take to win a second one of these, because she was able to get one of these. So now she needs one to open.
That's right.
Because she said whenever I opened it, it like hurt her heart whenever I opened that live the other day. We've got Commander Bly here, $1.99. See, I told you to kick me from the Shadow Council.
Bly done. Just done. Yeah, screw it.
He's off. So if you're in there,
Bly's here. Tommy's not. I would just.
That's right. I mean, so yeah.
Don't open
it. Don't open it. So anyway, if you are in here and you haven't said hello yet, give us a shout. We'll give you a shout out on the show. It's free of charge that way, and we love the interaction. So.
Yes,
that's
sir.
my part. I'm ready. I'm ready to sit back and talk Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna mute myself. You go for it, man.
Well, before we get into it, of course, hit the like button, because you'll find out why this show needs a minimum number of likes to do it. So if you haven't done so already, do so now. Hit that like button, and phone a friend to get them in. And
wait a minute. We're telling them to hit the like button, but I mean, we're going to go back in time here, and we're going to wampa stomp that like button.
It. Wow,
you're that's wamp. That's I mean, look at that. That's like 3 logos ago up there in the top corner.
Yeah.
So, wampa stomp.
I liked it before liking it was cool.
That's right.
All right, guys. Let's start. Okay, it's kind of funny, but also sad at the same time. Temuera Morrison was on record saying that he has not gotten any calls to play Boba Fett in the going on right in the present or the future or anything. And I think he mentioned something like he believes it's basically a done deal. And I always look at he doesn't just play Boba Fett. He's the clones. He's every clone. Right. So I mean, does that mean that we're not going to get any CGI clones or CGI anything? It's just, or is this just that he's not getting the personal call to come back and revise those characters, right? It's kind of funny. I mean, this is the sad part here is that Daniel Logan has been petitioning to play Boba Fett forever. And now Temuera Morrison's petitioning to come back into the role of some sort, whatever. So what our inside joke was like, when is Temuera Morrison going to start photoshopping his face everywhere? You know, that Boba Fett is like Daniel Logan, right? How does that make us feel that he's, you know, part of me always wants like the not knowing is better. I'd rather just have it in the air and just kind of like, what if, you know, it helps us as Star Wars fans kind of like, just like, oh, Boba Fett could be in, you know, Ahsoka 2 or come back into play with his bigger old picture. But when it comes in and it's like finalized, like he's not being called, he's not going to be called. I mean, according to him, okay, he's putting it out there. It's not an official statement, but I mean, it kind of is when he's come out publicly saying like, look, it's not happening.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, have they been working on a story that would include Boba Fett or any of those characters? Right. I mean,
true.
If they were working on something, exactly. There we go, Stu John. Maybe he hasn't been called yet. Exactly. Are they working on? I don't think they're actively working on a Book of Boba Fett 2. I don't think they're actively working on anything with live action clones. So it's not that he's been cast out of the Star Wars radar. I just honestly don't think there's a project in the works at this moment that he could be a part of, right?
Well, you know, I mean, all our talk goes into this like grandiose Mandalorian verse, you know, accumulation at the end. I mean, there's still a lot of time, right? Yeah, like Stu John said, maybe it's just at this point he's not, and maybe he's getting frustrated or whatever it is, because again, you know, I don't think he's the last actor to do something like that, to come out and say, look, I'm not being called, it's done, I'm
Ray
dead.
Park did it.
Yeah, and then they use them all the time now. You know, for even if it's for capture motion, right? But like I said, I'd rather not know than know. It's something where it's like, okay, well, we're never going to get this character, even if it was an official statement from Hasbro, from Lucasfilm saying like, look, we just have no room for it. Then it's like it puts our kind of like thinking caps in a different direction, because we do want him to show up and save the day some point. I don't necessarily want a Book of Fett 2. But it'd be great to have him on his Rancor saving the day somewhere again, or whatever it is, or outside of Mos Espa moving forward. I mean,
absolutely. I mean, would you rather they just? I mean, I would rather they took their time, right? Because I feel like Book of Boba Fett, the no filler all killer Book of Boba Fett was anything but. And I just feel like I would rather have a solid story going forward than just all of a sudden. I mean, Book of Boba Fett was a big shock, right? He showed up in The Mandalorian. He was amazing in The Mandalorian. Then we get that big surprise. And whenever it was released, it was like, really? So let's get the story first, and then
other than just a cameo or something like that. I get it.
And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We know where he's at in the grand scheme of things. He's a mob boss. You know, let him be.
100%, Rhino. Book of Boba Fett is in the. It's not a standalone, because when you watch Mandalorian, it's there as a chapter. It's his book, because again, and it does flow pretty well, because there are Mandalorian episodes in that book. Genobi is saying, Scott messaged me later on how to become a member. Will do. If Boba Fett comes in saving the day on a Vespa, that would be awesome.
No comment. No comment.
I say awesome, but I really hurt inside. So, you know,
I died a little bit inside right there.
So I don't know. I mean, again, when we start to theory craft again, and when it gets closer, especially like what we dub the Heir to the Empire movie, which is, like I said, the big ending to the Mandalorian. When we say the Mandoverse saga, our theory crafting is not going to go in those directions of adding Boba Fett, right? Like when Chris was here, he always said like all these characters are going to come at this one pivotal point,
and they never do
things. And you know, and it could be a complete direction that they obviously have going on. Yeah, Geo. Please no Vesper. Yeah, that was the book of bad decisions. Is what that's what the book of Fett is.
The book of the thing I like about the book of Boba Fett is it filled in all those gaps, right, of how he escaped the Sarlacc pit.
That was awesome.
How he regained Slave One, and that was really cool. But there were just these questions like, why does he keep taking his helmet off all the time? He's surrounded by a bunch of thugs poking him with sticks. Use your jetpack to get away. There was a lot of really head scratching moments.
They really changed the character itself, like the whole character, right? But anyway, I mean, we've got tons of episodes on that, and when Boba Fett becomes relevant in canon, we'll absolutely talk about it. But again, it's a little sad that actors have to be like, I want back in, just like when McGregor, and I know Kenobi loves him. Kenobi back, she would want probably like 17 seasons of Kenobi, but we're like, I don't know where else this needs to go. I want him back in Star Wars. Awesome, his flashbacks and all that stuff, but I don't know where else we're going to go with this. The same thing with like Boba Fett, right? Where else are we supposed to go with him?
Hang tight, Temuera. You'll probably get the phone call one day.
I mean,
you're Boba Fett.
But he's clones. He's the clones. I mean, there's how many roles are there? Billions of roles you could play.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I mean, live action Bad Batch somewhere, sometime, voiceover, whatever it is.
Hang tight, Tim. You're gonna get a phone call. Just be patient, buddy.
Kenobi. Yes. The Kenobi 2, Obi-Wan shirtless. That's the Kenobi thing. Stu, the scooters and Back to the Boba Fett reminded me of Back to the Future 2, 100%.
Yeah.
Even Kenobi steps into the world between worlds, gets another 20 years. That'll explain why New Hope looked so old. Milk that shit, Disney. Yeah. There could be all kinds of different plot points. We've got Dr. Brantley checking in.
What's up, man?
We need a prequel series about the Scooter Gang, best part of Boba Fett. Yeah.
And Dr. Brantley is canceled. So they're
trolling. I think he's trolling. I'm not sure, but I'm not quite sure. But yeah.
Hal Runner wants the Book of Pelimoto.
No, I won't. No.
Sure. No?
Hell no. I love the actress. Don't like the character. She talks too much. Way too much. I shut up for a second. Fix the goddamn speeder. You know what I mean? It's like easy.
Dial it back, Mooch. Dial it back.
Sorry. I'm like, whew. Yeah, it's gonna get into a Moocher's rant here in a minute, but I calmed down. I simmered down. We don't have to play it.
Gordon, maybe Temuera is just lying like Liam Neeson did.
Maybe. That could be a thing because it has been a thing.
Did you see the interview with Liam Neeson though, talking about Qui-Gon and how Qui-Gon was killed all willy-nilly, and how if he was truly a Jedi Master, he wouldn't have been taken out by Darth Maul like that. I'm like, the hell? Okay, that was
okay. Now he's an expert. How many years after? Now he's like 26 years later. Now he's gonna start
just make your Naked Gun movie. Make out with Pamela Anderson. Life is good, dude. Don't play in Star Wars anymore.
Yeah. You found a new love in life. Geo the Hutt, I feel like all these new shows and movies have really cool concepts or ideas, but the story keeps going out of whack, with a few exceptions. Yeah, it's the where we've kind of mentioned this, where it's like they ran right out the gate, and it's taken them about a few years to kind of like right the ship a bit in a way of a concentrated direction, versus like we're going to introduce all these different angles and concepts and everything, and then where's the one cohesive story, which I think that works better than all these side hustles. But we'll see. We've got Mike Torrance checking in. Would love a Darth Bane series or movie. We're all agreeing. We're all in agreement, dude. Animation, even like we said a million times.
You could do so much in animation.
Yeah, they have tripled down on their animation studio, so we're gonna get more animation, and that's I would take that absolutely.
Yeah.
Rick Jones checking in. What's up?
What's up?
Even Borat couldn't score with Pamela Anderson. Liam Neeson.
Junobi posted a question up above. Let's see. She says, "Does anyone think Ezra will have a face-to-face with Thrawn in live action?" Now,
it's
we know
possible because they're in the same universe now, or the galaxy.
I think it would be a missed opportunity if they didn't, but I do know that they keep billing this as the Thrawn versus Admiral Akbar thing with the space.
We just have to know
battles.
where Ezra's role plays in all this, because
Right.
obviously I say yes. Here's my reason why. Because Ezra and Thrawn have been on Peridia for how many years now, and they obviously know each other. They obviously went, they've been stranded on that thing forever. Thrawn found the witches and everything, and Ezra found whatever. I do think that Ezra might hold the key to defeating Thrawn, or his overall plan, thwarting it or making it known. So yes, I do think there will be a face-to-face with Ezra and Thrawn, just because we all kind of need it, and I think the story needs it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even though, it's going to be a Thrawn versus Akbar, but it's a strategic. The biggest battle. See, this is what gets scary, man. The biggest battle they can afford on television, space battle, is going to be in Ahsoka season 2. That's not my words. That's Dave Filoni's words. We've also, remember back in the day, Rian Johnson said the biggest twist in Star Wars history is going to be in The Last Jedi. And we're all like, oh, and then where was the twist? I don't get it. They killed Snow. Okay. So, Commander Bly, Ezra can kick rocks. Third worst Star Wars character behind Vernestra and Mog. Ooh,
wow! I know he and I have had words. I disagree, but that's cool. I understand.
Yeah. How Runner, the bigger picture here of Heir of the Empire is Hera versus Thrawn. I don't know if Hera. I would put Hera's the Han Solo in this.
Hera's the pilot.
Universe. Yeah. She's the Han Solo in this universe. Ezra's the Luke Skywalker, and Thrawn is the Vader. I mean, that's basically what we're pitting. So I wouldn't put Hera versus. She wouldn't stand a chance. Yeah, I mean, she has in the past, but I mean, spy stuff. But
the strategists, though, right? It's the two strategists against each other. Admiral Akbar and Grand Admiral Thrawn. Good Lord, I can't speak tonight. Really quick, Hal Runner Base saying, "Smash that like button." Everybody in the chat right now, hit the like button. There's a reason why, and we're going to get into that in just a couple of minutes. So you have to like this episode. Damn it!
Yes, it's imperative. It's a moral imperative.
Damn it!
All right. Oh, Dr. Brentley, Ezra in Rebels is great. In Ahsoka, not so much. I'm going to reserve judgment on that because I don't disagree, nor do I agree until Ahsoka season 2. So I will reclaim my time until further notice.
The Peridia Ezra figure rolled in today through Amazon, so I'm going to see if I can swap out the heads with the stormtrooper, the Thrawn stormtrooper, and give me an Ezra in disguise. I think it'd be kind of cool.
They should. I wonder if they release that figure. That's a toy chest topic, but I wonder if they release that figure, if it would sell as good as the other ones.
Probably not.
I mean, Trooper is Trooper, right? If it came with a helmet, so you can use it for the troop. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the smart way to do it. All right, so other actor news. Again, Chris is not here, but he got his wish a long time ago. Chris Franz, our Grand Admiral Franz, had a fan casting of himself basically his. I'm going to say one of his favorite actors is Matt Smith, Doctor Who fame, Game of Thrones, not Game of Thrones, the House of Dragons. Matt Smith. So we thought he was going to be casted as a young Sheev Palpatine. We thought he was going to be casted in Rise of Skywalker of some sort. It was rumored. But now it's basically official. It's basically, I think, happening that in Starfighter, the new Ryan Gosling, Sean Levy movie, Matt Smith is casted as the main villain, and I couldn't be happier. Yeah. Again, this has been reported on like the Hollywood Reporter, the Variety. I mean, this is going all over the place on legit sources. So I think we can nail this one as legit, a legit rumor, and a villain. Hell yeah. I mean, that's what so Chris wanted him to be Thrawn. This is Chris's fan pick for Thrawn. But dude, you tell me Matt Smith in Star Wars, I'm just like, what role? I don't care. Just put him in Star Wars. Because
what took you so long?
Because he could play anything, dude. He could play a villain, which he is. He could play a Jedi. He could play a smuggler. He could play no voice acting. Just put him in it, right? So
He also he was in there's a show on Netflix called The Crown, which is all about the British royalty and whatnot. He played I think he played Prince Philip, and he was fantastic in that. And that's what led me into rewatching Doctor Who and getting all that. And he is a fantastic actor. So can't go wrong.
It made us it made us perk up on Starfighter. I'll just say that, because
there's hope.
Yeah, because what they sat in a room on Celebration Japan and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna make this movie," and everybody's like,
"Why?
I don't understand where it's fit. Or is this another skeleton crew? Is this whatever?" But now it just got real. To us, it just got real.
He brings a caliber of acting to it.
100%, dude. It's to me, it's like Peter Cushing coming in to play a Star Wars role in that framework, and it's like, yes, there are a few actors where I say yes, hands down, like, you know, and then there are some that not. Zendaya, maybe one of the ones I say too recognizable. I know Matt Smith is very recognizable. I know Ryan Gosling, very recognizable. I don't know if this is true. Maybe in talks. I've seen some things. I've seen Sydney Sweeney. I've seen all kinds of rumors, but there is a website out there that are just making shit up as they go along, like every day. Like, let's pick an actor and throw him in this, and it's no basis. Just and I would call them out if I can remember it, but it's on Facebook all over the place. It's like Star Wars Source, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah,
it's all BS. It's all BS.
Now, Ryan Gosling, whenever they announce him, because I mean, he has a pretty big name, but whenever you think of Ryan Gosling, you don't really think of a whole lot of serious roles, right?
Yeah.
Right. Rom-com. I mean, I think he had one serious romantic movie, I think, but the rest of them were romantic comedies. He's even in a movie where he plays a space explorer. We saw the trailer when we went to see Fantastic Four the other day.
Yeah.
It looks like a great movie, a great sci-fi movie, but in the middle of it, he starts throwing out jokes. And I'm like, that's Ryan Gosling.
And you know what? And like I said, I don't know if I blame him, because again, that's written, parts are written for certain actors, and Ryan Gosling has that innocent, he's a great actor. He has this innocence to him where you expect those kind of like off the cuff, uncomfortable comedic moments. Like in that trailer we were talking about, what was it called? Hal something. I forgot what's Hal something. I can't remember it now. But it's like, if I was writing a role for him, I would be like, yeah, he's got to throw in this when he's uncomfortable. He makes those jokes, and I kind of expect that in every role he does nowadays. And so, Star Wars, I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm willing to give Starfighter a chance. Well, we're going to.
Yeah,
we're going to. I mean, we're day one, midnight, whatever it is. We're gonna be there. It's not like
we're gonna rent out a theater. Everybody in the chat is gonna come out here. We're gonna go see it together. Yeah.
There's no arms folded here. I mean, really. So.
And I go and grumpy.
I think it'll be all right. I honestly think, guys, and forgive me for this. I know there are some naysayers, but I do think, like, from this point on, like, actually, from Skeleton Crew on, I think we're gonna get good Star Wars from now on. I don't know. Acolyte meaning that last
wood.
I think, knock on wood. Yeah. It's Acolyte was like the last controversial, old guard kind of stuff, where I think that now, because they've said that they're going to take a step back in quantity, and that tells me it's like, okay, work on quality, and I'm hoping that they do that. They're making some right decisions on story groups, and so Starfighter should be good, at least, whatever, fun, entertaining. We don't know much about it. We will know in the future, but it's a 2027 release, I believe.
I think so. Yes, it is, because the current word is that we are going to have a full month from April with the 50th release of A New Hope to May and the release of Starfighter. We're going to have a full month of Star Wars, a full summer of Star Wars, basically starting in April. But Rhino Hobbies, Gosling will bring that smartass humor in Star Wars that is lost.
I think he can.
Right?
He can play the Han Solo type character, absolutely. Where it's like cocky, doesn't take everything serious, but also can get serious when need to. So I mean, it's good. Yeah, Stu John. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Stu John, Sydney Sweeney in Star Wars either. No Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, pretty girl, but I'm not interested in the face of the moment, defining part of the side. Absolutely. I can care less about popularity or who's in there, who's the big actor now. This is Star Wars. We don't look at those things. That's my
I was going to make a joke about nobody's interested in the face of Sydney Sweeney, but
yeah,
anyway.
I mean, care less.
Moving on. This is a PG-13 show. Sean Levy is mostly a comedic director, so I think Starfighter will be that type of light action adventure with a comedy touch. Nothing too serious.
Nothing too serious. But he also did a lot of Stranger Thing episodes. So he does have that role of like he could take that kind of audience and make some serious notions, because like, you know, Stranger Things to me is like one of the best. You know, he didn't write it. This is Sean Levy. He's writing it, directing it. I mean, this is his puppy from the ground up. So that is different too. So it's not just like, here's a director. I want you to, you know, project my what I write on screen, but these are my voices. This is the person wrote. No, this is a Sean Levy movie. So yes, that there is that caveat, right? So
yeah. Shinobi.
That's funny. Yeah, okay. So let's do our mid-show announcement on the giveaway real fast, and we'll just promote it right now. So the reason why you guys are hitting that like button like there's no tomorrow, we have 28 likes right now so far, which is awesome, because we are halfway there for our minimum. There's a reason why we want 50 likes on this show, is that at the end of the show, when the comment section is open, in order for you guys to get an entry to the Mustafar set, San Diego Comic-Con Mustafar set, free of charge, shipped right to your doorstep, you are going to enter the hashtag Mustafar. I don't care how you spell it, just the hashtag Mustafar. That is your
spelling
entry.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't
spelling
matter.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, you can spell correct, but it's a thing. That's your entry. Once this episode hits 50 likes, all those comments that have the hashtag Mustafar will be entered into the pool, into the wheel. That's one per.
That's not the live stream comments right now. You have to wait until the show is over.
Comment section below, and we're giving you a whole week to do it. So it's not just like it has to be today. This contest will end next Starlight Digest. So replay crew, guys, live after, if I know we run late on the East Coast, so just make sure you get up in the morning and hit that thing for your entry for the hashtag Mustafar, for the hashtag Mucha. Even better. Even better, Arthur.
You had an opportunity there.
Well, welcome to the show, Arthur. Yeah, thanks, man. But yeah, so that's going to be the rules of the contest. It's not much. It's just to leave a comment from the show. Once this show hits minimum of 50 likes, everybody will get automatically entered. And again, that'll run a whole week. We will do this all over again on the toy chest on Monday. Same concept, minimal 50 likes for your second entry. So you can have a maximum of 2 entries, minimum 1 per show. If that makes sense, you will all be added to the wheel. Next Starlight Digest, we will spin the wheel and we will notify the winner if they're not live. We have our Discord, everything. You must be subbed, and we will be checking on that too. So just we want people who are here. We want a chance to everybody who's been here for us. Our way of saying thank you. And I know Hal Runner had mentioned up earlier that he was asking about a Patreon only giveaway. Hey, guess what? We're working on something. I can't give you details until that is in our hands. Again, has to be in our hands, but something like that is in the works also.
That is specifically for Patreon members. So yeah, and it is not a small thing.
No,
it is a pretty freaking cool.
It's something where it's like, but I want it.
I know. I'm like, but.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Yes. Rhino. As long as it's 50 likes minimum, it will trigger it. If by chance both shows don't get minimum 50 likes, we are going to go back to the drawing board and redo it again. But so we're at 28 likes, but we'll be there. We'll be there. So anyway, those are the rules.
Share the episode. Do anything you can to get those 50 likes. I don't want to prolong this. I want to give this thing away.
Yeah, exactly. But look, Commander Bly with exactly. It'd be great, Commander Bly, if you spelled it wrong, different every single time. That'd have been awesome.
Jeez.
But yeah, so anyway, we'll go over the rules again at the end of the stream, and of course we will hit it again on Monday. You guys have a whole week for this to marinate and to for it to give away. So don't think you got to get to right now.
Can you bring the box forward and show the box?
Look, I mean, it's like one of those things where it'll take up my entire screen. But
yeah,
I kept this one in the box. It's preserved, but it is in there. I'll do that. I'll open it real fast. Just the sleeve.
just the sleeve, yeah. And you can read the misspelling on the side of the box where it says Dark Vader, just for yourself.
There it is, guys.
Oh yeah,
we want you guys to enjoy these things too. So
yeah,
SD17 is going to hold onto it really safe right there for the time being. Now, guys, that's the giveaway. You see the rules. You know what to do. And we will let that kind of like marinate. Let's get back to Star Wars as far as like the movie talks. Now, what we were talking about is the master plan for the Mandoverse, right? Like it's going to accumulate on the Heir of the Empire story. That's what was said to us. We're not making it up, right? And we're running with that. So it's come to light that the Rey movie, and I'm quoting it, Rey movie, Dawn or the New Jedi Order era, that is that timeline after the sequels or the sequels, whatever. The plan is the same thing. That's what I've been hearing now. Is the plan is that they're going to make a effort of this ongoing a group of stories that takes place, after episode 9. So 15 years after, that's the Rey movie, is the 15-year after mark. And this Dawn of the Jedi, or New Jedi Order, utilizing the legacy characters they set up. So Poe, Finn, Kylo. I mean, all those. Like I say, Kylo, he's dead, but like that era. So all of those are going to be like the bridge to, just like our legacy characters with the trilogy were the bridge to the sequels. Now,
right?
That's what I heard. So it's still going on, and I heard that the story group is kind of like launching it with the Rey movie, but it's going to have this overarching thing where everything's going to lead into the one ending movie. So it's almost like the miniature MCU, what they're doing, right? The Infinity Saga miniaturized. It's not going to be a 10-year thing. It's going to be probably like maybe a 3 to 4 year plan. But they're going to take eras and make this like live in this era. And then they're going to do the New Jedi Order live in that era. And hopefully they are still said they're going to go back to the 35,000 year Dawn of the Jedi, and then do that same thing where it's a collection of movies leading up to like one movie or a series that brings it all home. I like that plan. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm really not interested in the New Jedi Order era. I know they're calling it the New Jedi Order. There is a series of books with the New Jedi Order, but they're all are Luke and Han and Leia. I mean, that's all there with the Yuzong Vong, everything.
They're kids, yeah.
But they could take liberties and update it, modernize it into this whole brand, more grandiose kind of like thing, utilizing Rey. Now, when we say the Rey movie, remember, the Rey movie was just that she's in it. It's not about her. It's not a Rey Skywalker movie. She's just in it as a key character player, but not probably the main character. That's
do you think she's like, if I were to put a finer point on it, she is the Obi-Wan to Luke and Han in A New Hope?
Yeah.
Right. She probably pops in, lends guidance to the main characters doing the thing. I have a question for you whenever you're done.
I mean, it's in order for her to have that role, I do believe that she needs another stab at it, the character, because it's not enough. We didn't get enough for that kind of like role. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where we left off, her journey, the short little 18-month journey that she did in the sequels to become this greatest Jedi ever lived and stuff. But anyway, the fast forward, I like the time jump aspect of it. And then if it is a movie that bridges that characters to where this next, like the beginning of the New Jedi Order, and Rey has this role to play, and then you jump forward to this whole story that she is that elder, she is that one that comes in very periodically as a helper. What did Rhino say? By that time, Finn should be a knight. Yeah, exactly. So
So you say it's what'd you say? It was 15 years in the future. That makes
Yes.
her what, roughly 30. She's the ripe old age of like 33, 34, somewhere along that line.
How old is she in Rise? 18?
Well, she's 18 and I think she's 18 in the Force Awakens. So what is that, 19
so
then?
20,
So by
35, yeah, 30, mid-30s.
30, yeah, mid-30s.
Yeah, she's not, yeah. So yeah, Genobi, this is after episode 9. So 15 years after episode 9. So way past the Mandoverse. Yeah. It's the doubling down on the Disney era of what they try to set up with their sequels. You know, their episodic episodes to world build beyond what they set up. Could that retcon a lot of stuff? Hopefully. You know,
here's the thing I don't want to see. I'll tell you what I don't want to see, and I'd like to get your opinion on what you think.
Sure.
What I don't want to see. Oh, wait a second. Hey, look, TD3 Troopers in there. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, man?
Welcome. Dude, hit the like button down below, and you'll find out why in just a little bit whenever we recap. I do not want to see a reemergence of the Sith. I do not want to see another story about the Jedi versus the Sith unless we're going back in the past. I want to see the foundations of that in the Old Republic story, the Dawn of the Jedi story.
Yes.
With the New Republic, I want to see a new villain. I don't want to see another Empire. I don't want to see another First Order. I want to see a real threat that isn't something that we've already seen several times over again, right? She technically destroyed all the Sith, right? So we should
on Exegol. I mean,
we should not see a reemergence of the Sith. We need to have something, and this is why I grabbed a Yuzan Vong and put it in the thumbnail. We need to see an outside threat like the Yuzan Vong or the Grisk from the Thrawn books, right?
Yeah,
we need to see something like that, some other type of threat.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I 100% agree. It's like, because otherwise you're on repeat. It's a rinse and repeat. That's one of my biggest gripes on the sequels was the rinse and repeat. So it's a bigger empire. I mean, like, oh my god, really?
With a bigger Star Destroyer and a bigger Death Star.
Are we just really out of ideas? You know what I mean? And then having to negate everything that Anakin worked so hard to do and destroy the emperor himself, just to have somehow he survived. It was just very bring everything. It was a reboot. Let's just call it as that. And I always thought that, you're right. Like the Galactic Empire destroyed the Star Wars universe as far as like the Jedi versus everything, right? It leveled the playing field big time. There was only Vader and the Emperor, and there was only Luke and Obi-Wan and Yoda, right? You know, and
Kanan and Ezra.
Scatter. So we still, but not the armies like what the Old Republic stuff is. So I've thought that if you were to continue the story, even if you go 1,000 years into the future, it should never build back up to the point where you have to tear it down just in the same way, just like how life is really. You know, I mean, there should be like I said, a different direction. But how much of a different direction do you do before it becomes not Star Wars, right? Star Wars has certain rules in the galaxy to make it in the universe. There's always been, I mean, in the EU, there's always been the another threat of some kind. So, well, even in the Old Republic, right? Or the High Republic, they had the Marchion Roll, when that was a threat to, it wasn't a Sith Jedi, it was a threat to the galaxy. The book that the True Set Baccarat, that was an EU book, Legends or the Legend, that was the day after the Battle of Endor, everything, and a new enemy came to the doorstep where they had to where the New Republic had to basically have a truce with the remnants of the Empire to defeat this alien race. That was like that threat, but it's that's almost like a cop out just for story. If you're gonna do that, like I always question, like anything past Return of the Jedi, they lived happily ever after should have been a thing. Right off to the sunset. There's no threat. The world just flourished after that, and the Galactic Empire was that devastating moment where
devastating blip.
Yeah, the point of no return, and the good guys won at the end. That's the hero's journey. That's the fantasy world. That's every book is written that way. And to just have things rise from the ashes and somehow people survived, and there's a new we're gonna because at some point, no matter what, even if alien race or the Gris come or whatever, or the Yuzong Von, right, it's gonna be where some Jedi and the new Jedi Order is gonna discover power and gonna be wanting that and discover the ancient rules of the Sith and bring it all back again. And so how many times do we explore that, or do we go to the origins?
That's
and
it.
I think
right
the origins are the key. You know what I mean? I
think
think
so
you
too.
can live 50 years in Star Wars from origins to the Old Republic, bridging that, and then having nowadays the Mandoverse and the sequels as the end all be all, right? But
we did an experiment earlier this year with the Skeleton Crew, right? And it was a Star Wars. It was a story set in the Star Wars universe without any Jedi or Sith, right? And it worked for what it was. But if you do add Jedi in there, I just feel like it was a test,
familiar,
right? It still felt right. It felt familiar. I feel like could pirates be a legit threat? Because I mean, essentially, that's what the Nihil were against the in the High Republic.
If you look at the New Jedi Order books, right? It was like 13 books, 15 books. I mean, and it was the continuation journey of our heroes, Luke, Han, Chewie. Yeah, Chewie died in those books. Okay, so you know what I mean? I don't know about that bringing back Legends or EU, because Chewie got a moon thrown on him. That's what literally it took to kill Chewbacca. A moon. Okay, so but it was a great adventure because it was the continuation. But again, it's the swashbuckling pirate adventure that Star Wars was. To me, all those books weren't Star Wars other than the names and the Force using and stuff like that. That's
and the characters.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I said, we're OT people. We're OT, generation. We have the rise and fall, the redemption of Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, all of that things, and that was like a perfect story to tell. And everything in between. So,
unless you're a Hellrunner base, in which case you just don't like it.
Resistance.
Whatever.
I mean, he loves
that's right. But it gets me to that point where everybody, clamors about the original EU. Not my Chewie.
That's right, Stu John.
Everybody clamors for the old expanded universe, and some of it was just not good. So there are reasons why some of it was cast out, but I feel like they're taking the bits that worked. And if you like the latest trilogy or not, they are adapting some of those stories to fit, right? Like Grand Admiral Thrawn, we've got that, and it works, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I would love to see the Yuzon Vong play out. I would love to see that, some kind of extra galactic threat that comes in. Are they coming from the Peridian galaxy?
Right?
Are they from somewhere else?
Is that what Thrawn ushered in? Is this what what I mean?
Right? There's so many options. There's so many abilities, or there's so many different ways of going about it that I think would be great. Because I mean, some of those EU books read like poor fan fiction, and I mean, some of it just didn't.
You're right. Like Rick Jones, Legends is full of questionable pulp, and that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like growing up with Star Wars. We always thought this is it. The 3 movies, the 2 Ewok adventures, and the holiday special. That's it. And the cartoons, right? Droids and Ewoks. But we had nothing, and that's why like we hold kind of like true and dear as Shadows of the Empire, because Shadows of the Empire was a chapter missing, and it did its job for what it is. I know revisiting, you're not a fan, but
I wasn't a fan to begin with, but I am now the Hellrunner base of the show. So,
but so, and when I found out that there's books, there's comics, there's all these things growing up, it's like, did I consider those like did I have that affinity of like holding this to why I love Star Wars so much? And the thing,
right?
Yes and no. There are some, like I said, when it's especially when it dives into mythology and dark side, like when Luke Skywalker was tampering with the dark side and he almost went overboard, books like Splinters of the Mind's Eye, Dark Empire, with the clone emperors and stuff, those were awesome because it explores a little bit. It brought meat to this simple story of Star Wars because the original trilogy is very simple.
And then later on with like Plagueis and all that, they
Yeah,
just brought
yeah.
and the Bane trilogy and
And the
those
prequels had
novels.
to reprogram us, right? They had to program us as like Anakin, the chosen one, the prophecies, and all these things, and Jedi, how they were, and the hubris of the Jedi, all of that stuff. Reprogram, we got used to that. So I don't know. And this, like I said, the sequels had a chance to kind of set up new things. They could have set up the Sith Empire returning. I would have been cool with the Sith Empire returning as and no more rule of two. Just like, I mean, you've had.
Oh, wouldn't that have been cool? The Knights of Ren had actually been like Sith army or members of the Sith army. That would have been.
And I know that JJ and they made it a point not to call Kylo Ren a Sith. They made a point to have Snoke not say Sith. It's you're the master of the Knights of Ren. That was the new direction to. I mean, that was their way of not repeating, but they repeated basically. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Dr. Brentley, there are a ton of different types of stories. You could tell even with Jedi Sith, the galaxy is a big place. 100%. I always thought like what Scott was saying, the constant rinse and repeat of like just dips and valleys, hills and valleys. So
empire, not an empire, empire, not an empire,
different empire. So where I mean, a long time I had this discussion with somebody too. It's like, where's the end point? Where is this Star Wars just a like I said, hills and valleys forever and ever? And I was like, well, if it is, then it's just any other IP out there. It's just boring. And it's because our heroes are only heroes for that time being and not a galactic hero. And when we see Anakin, Anakin we forget how evil Anakin was turning into Darth Vader or how evil Darth Vader is. All we look at, he turned good at the end. He saved his son. He killed the Emperor. All redemption. Woo, parades, But we deem Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewie, the Fab Five, as the heroes of Star Wars galaxy, period. And to take those and put them on the back burner and have a new set, Rey, Poe, Finn, and then in Kylo, right? And then put those on the back burner and have a new set, blah, blah, blah. That's where I'm like, okay, you're very watering down Star Wars to the point where it's unrecognizable and it's on rinse and repeat. And that's where I think
that's the problem.
That's the pushback we're having with anything beyond Rise. You know what I mean? So with this Rey movie, New Jedi Order, we'll see what they do with it. But I kind of like had this thought the other day of like, this might be the first time that I actually just don't live in a Star Wars space beyond what like you have Return of the Jedi to the Mandalorian, Mandoverse and the sequels because they're making it make sense, and that's it. Anything beyond it may be just not for. I'll just live over here. I don't know. Again, it's a wait and see. I'm just being pre-mad about it, and
we don't want to be naysayers without knowing anything about it because I mean it could be. The New Jedi Order could be everything that we wished the sequels were, right? I mean, it honestly could be. If oh look, I'm giving a thumbs up. Hey, woohoo!
It's reality at its finest. Yeah,
I know. But it could be everything that we wish the sequels were, and I'm willing to give it that shot, right? I'm not going to cross, even though I spend a lot of my times with arms crossed. I'm not going to cross my arms and say no, I don't want it.
Right.
So
we're always going to be the we'll see for ourselves kind of attitude, right? Like we're going to watch it. We're going to make that judgment call. We're going to do our thing with it, but it's almost like it makes sense to the collective, community out there to explore something different. And so they have to sell it to us. And Disney and Lucasfilm has the hard part of selling this kind of era to us. They really do. Yeah. They have a hard sell up ahead. Starfighter, they could just say, hey, look, man, it's just a Star Wars story. It's Skeleton Crew. It doesn't do anything. It just kind of gives you, it's just an adventure living in Star Wars, right? And look, we don't even talk about it. I mean, we talked about it at its time, and it is what it is, but we treated it like we walked away going like, that was fun. Next. And When have we ever done that with a Star Wars? Because again, anything
Right.
that Mandoverse or Mando, Ahsoka, even the Acolyte puts into place, we talk because it's a ripple in that whole canon timeline, you know, and it's controversial, it's good, it's bad, it's whatever. Skeleton Crew, it was cool, but that's all it was.
Fun.
Starfighter, it could be that.
Real quick,
it's cool.
Real quick, he's being a diva, so let's go ahead and put Mindo Mike's. Hey, highlight
demanding.
my comment. I just got here demanding a shout out. So, yeah, we're gonna highlight that one.
Drop a like, Mando Mike. I know you always put a thumbs down, but it's cool.
No, don't put a thumbs down. Thumbs down don't count for the giveaway. Exactly. Thumbs down don't count for the giveaway. But do you think that it's possible that, just spitballing here, that whatever they institute, whatever they bring up in Starfighter, whatever the threat is in Starfighter, that could carry over into the Rey film?
Sure.
Do you think that could serve as an introduction to this new Rey saga?
Yeah, they could definitely introduce things that are in the galaxy itself, and they pop up somewhere else. Now, what I'm not expecting is anything important as far as like they introduced this character and he did something in the Starfighter movie that you have to see so it makes sense in the new Jedi Order stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What I do expect, but what I do expect is something like they went to Galaxy's Edge on Starfighter, which is great opportunity. And we went back to Galaxy's Edge I know. And we went back to Galaxy's Edge. So familiar aliens, planets, stuff like that. I don't know about plot points.
Yeah.
And I think that's where they're probably maybe on purpose doing that too. It's like, we're not going to make a movie like Starfighter, because again, we're going by what they said. Brand new locations, characters, plot points, whatever. By itself, it's going to live in its own little world, you know. But that doesn't mean it's going to be. It'll still be familiar, I think.
TD3 Trooper. Honestly, I think they forgot just how to tell a coherent story. I will agree with that for the movies, for the last trilogy. I do feel like it kind of fell apart there in the end, but I do think that everything they've done on Disney Plus so far seems to have cohesion to it, except with a couple of exceptions, being, as we pointed out earlier in this episode, the Book of Boba Fett was, and Obi-Wan Kenobi had its moments, right? But the other shows seem to be headed in certain trajectories. So I haven't given up all hope just yet.
Yeah, I think the sentiment of cohesive stories is because it's almost like they put the Star Wars galaxy timeline and mapping through a dart. Boom. All right, we're going to make a show on that. Throw another dart. Boom. Oh, this is 50 years before. We're going to make a show on that. So
it does feel like that sometimes.
Yeah, so they can't concentrate on that cohesive story. They can't concentrate of setting up something that's going to play out because they have timelines. See, that's what works with Marvel. It's one timeline. No matter, it could be multiverses, but it one blends into the other.
Yeah, and that's what I said last week is finish your shit.
Yeah.
Sit down, finish what you're doing, put a ribbon on it, put a bow on it, finish it, then move on. You start throwing too many timelines out there and people are going to get confused. It's going to get lost on the Gen Pop, right?
Yeah.
Those of us who have been, locked away with this thing for life, those of us doing life with Star Wars, get it. The people that are just getting sucked into this thing are going to be like, wait. Where's Kelnaka?
The number one question I ask, I get all the time is, where's Grogu in Mandalorian? It's like, well, he's not in this one. That's before its time. It's after its time. It's during the time, but we're not there. You know what I mean? It's like, Rick Joe's Book of Fett gets a bad rap. I just rewatched it. Yeah, I rewatched it not too long ago. And that's why I disagree with the whole killer filler thing. I think the interpretation got lost. I think what people thought it meant was like, it's going to matter. Like,
action packed.
Well, no, it was action packed. 100% action packed. You had great moments all throughout the Book of Fett. You know what I mean? But those moments were isolated in this thing. I think people were expecting Luke Skywalker to show up. I think they were expecting something that meant bigger things, like Boba Fett branching out to a bigger, not just an isolated thing. And I think that's where a lot of people misconstrued, what's his name? God, what's his name?
Which one?
The director.
Oh, Robert Rodriguez.
Robert Rodriguez. I think he,
yeah.
Because like I said, I watched it, I go, I think this is very killer. I don't think there's filler episode, but it's very killer. But that interpretation of it is action packed, but it wasn't meaningful. Meaning like it's like, okay, cool. It's just.
But the meaningful parts with it were with Mando and Grogu and Luke and Ahsoka.
Well, they were, but when you had someone like Black Chrysanthemum coming in, that's a deep cut.
That's cool.
That to me is like, and he was amazing. You had Cad Bane come in there. I mean, come on, live action Cad Bane. You had him riding on a Rancor. There was the twins, the Jabba twins. There's a lot there.
You're absolutely right. The last 4 episodes were really damn good.
There's only 6 episodes of Fett that was in it. 8 out of 8, right? Or something.
I know.
So,
yeah.
But anyway, I think that people were expecting a little bit what Mando season 2. See, Mando season 2 did something where it's like, wow, you put Mandalorian Grogu in the Star Wars universe. It wasn't just a gunslinger that wasn't it. You had Luke, you had Ahsoka, you had mentions of Thrawn. It just blew it away.
Oh yeah.
Blew it out of the Snow clones, Gideon, all that stuff. It blew it out of the way to where it's like anything after that should match it or be greater than, right? So when you have like the chapter, and again, to me, I thought the perfect moment for Boba Fett was the end of season 2, where he came in, shot Bib Fortuna, took it over,
walked away.
Fade to black.
Yep.
We don't need anything. Our minds exploded from the possibilities of what that meant. We don't need to see. And then maybe you could have shown him escaping the Sarlacc in a flashback. Something anyway. There's an edit there. I know there's an edit there that you can really kind of like put a badass because Boba Fett in Mandalorian was so good.
He was the Boba Fett I always wanted to see, right? Yeah. Mando season 3 was Ka. I disagree. It had one episode that I thought was 90% or like 75% of one episode was not good, and the rest of it was. I mean, where else did you expect it to go? I think they set up the foundation of Mandalore and everything. I thought it. Yeah. I thought it played out perfectly, other than that one episode where
I mean, again, it wasn't season 2. That's what I think. 1 and 3 kind of matched the vibe, meaning it's the isolated world, 2 opened it up huge, and then we went back to, like I said, Mandalore and all. I mean, we had some really good lore in season 2 or 3. But I feel like because it wrapped up so rapidly at that last couple, like boom, end it. I think that's where my complaints come in. Like, oh, that means we're not getting a 4 because we don't need a 4. What do we need to do? It's something brand new.
We get the movie.
We get the movie, and we'll see where that goes. Because I'm really excited for it. So, let's start to wind down a little bit, and
we've got some people in here commenting Mustafar in our chat, and you're not doing it right. We're going to get into that real quick, so you know what it is we're doing.
The Mustafar will be at the end of the show in the comment section for it to count. We were at 31 likes, so you guys only 19 more for it to trigger, and we will get into that. What that really means for everybody else. Mike Torrance, yes, maybe a bad take. Mando is a remix of 3 Minute Baby. I mean, hey, you know what? Like, it went. You know what? It was funny. Like, okay, I'll say this, and I know that it doesn't deserve just a 2-minute speech on it, but like Mando season 3 and Book of Fett, and to the point because how Grogu came back into the fray. I think Grogu should have stayed with Luke Skywalker and being trained that way. And he came back too fast. He made that choice too fast. And I love the fact that there was a choice though. Like Luke said, here's the lightsaber or here's the Beskar armor that you could go back, and Grogu made his choice, and Luke is like, get the hell out of here. R2 take his ass back to Tatooine. I don't want to see him. Basically, but I don't know. Because I can have this thing in the back of my head where we're talking about like setting up future things. You go 500 years into the future, and Grogu is 500 years old at his prime. And not to say that he can't be trained as a Jedi or learn the ways of the Force moving forward, but it would be cool if he spent way more time with Luke You know what I mean? And becoming whatever. But also they had to get him off the Jedi Temple, right? So
do we know how much time passed?
I'm not sure. I mean, all we saw was like Luke, you know, he was opening himself up to a little bit training here and a little bit on his past, Order 66, who saved Grogu, you know, and that was it. So I don't think there was that. I think there was, well, it's Star Wars time, right? A couple months,
right?
How long was he on Dagobah to learn that stuff? So
could be 18 hours, could be 3 years. We don't know.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, that's you know, we always, that's the great thing about Star Wars, right? We can always theory craft our way into any subject, any time, any timeline.
Absolutely.
No matter what, so.
There's all sorts of talk of Babylon 5 in here.
Yeah, Bradley going back to Book of Fett, but they chose the wrong story to tell with Boba Fett as the character. Yeah, I think what they did is they took a character and they made him sympathetic and just very out of the thought of what we knew. It's and even taking in EU as the source material for Boba Fett, because basically all we got is Boba Fett in the EU.
Yeah.
For somebody to have the title of most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy, that did not pan out. If he has to tell him, I'm Boba Fett, and I'm like, dude, nobody cares. They don't respect you. They're not afraid of you. It's like, if you have to say that, and Boba Fett is just rip his head off right there, then what happened? Solved. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, you know what? It's so funny when there's nothing, there's always something. Like there's always something to talk about. And as we get closer to not wishing time away, of course, but as we get closer to the end of the year and Mando Grogu promotions coming up, and of course the talk about what's happening on the 2027, you know, when we do have the return to movies big time, well, next year too, but also the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. You got Star Wars Celebration. There's a lot of buildup in the Star Wars world that we're going to get, and it's going to start trickling in, you know, as it goes, because again, things are being filmed as we speak, you know, and moving on. D23 is this month, late August, and I think we talked about it. Expect some Star Wars news slate, something in the vein.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, yep. I'm sure they're going to give us something, you know. I mean, even if it's a sizzle reel or an updated on what's happening, or the ever so eagerly replacement of Kathleen Kennedy. A lot of people want to see that unfold. We'll see.
Yeah. I know, Stu John. I know I like it too. Damn, calm down, man. He says Babylon 5 is cool. I know I like it too. For the long time, Babylon 5 actually dethroned Star Wars as having the highest number of ships in a space battle in one on screen. So anyway.
Gio, that Uncle Owen Emperor are the hottest couple on Tatooine. They are. I mean, yes.
Smoking.
Mike Torrance, thanks for the time and take up the talk of the updates. Absolutely. That's what we do every freaking Wednesday.
Whoa.
Yeah, almost said it, but I
almost did.
I was like halfway to do it, and I was like remembering, you know, hey, it's not my role. But every freaking Wednesday, we will redo this all over again, 8 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll catch you on the replay. You guys, if you leave comments in the replay and join our Discord, the link is in the description below. The conversation always continues and going on. So to recap real fast, our giveaway, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Mustafar set. I've got it right here. This is yours. This one's your guys. You know, we have ours. We opened it. We're playing with them, but this one's yours. We want to give back. So the rules of engagement are after this show, and after Monday's Toy Chest show, because we also do a Toy Chest every other Monday. So you will leave a comment with the hashtag Mustafar. That is your entry to the giveaway.
Not in the live stream chat. Yeah. We're talking the comment
section after the show for this show and on Monday's show. Once this podcast reaches 50 likes, minimum of 50, we're almost there. We got 17 more likes to go. All those entries will be automatically added to the wheel. You have one whole week to do it, so you don't have to hit it right away. The replay crew is going to be on it. They'll, you know, getting this information, doing the same thing. We will gather up those people that are subbed to us. You got to be subbed to win also. Then of course we will contact you by either, you know, DMs, Discord, whatever. We'll get this to you in your hands, no problem. 50 likes for everybody to do it. Your entry is 1 entry per show, maximum of 2 entries total. So this show, Starlight Digest Wednesday, and our toy chest on Monday, same rules apply. After the show, leave a hashtag comment in the comment section, hashtag Mustafar. When that show hits 50 likes, everybody will be added to the wheel. If both shows do not hit 50 likes, we will go back to the drawing board and see how we will give this away at a different time.
I'm going to open it up again. I'm going to open it up live again and watch everybody squirm.
But I think we'll be good. I honestly think we'll be good. We'll get those likes in. So you have a maximum of 2 entries per thing on our next Wednesday show. So a week from today, we will do the live drawing. So you have a week to get a like in and a comment on this show. And Monday, you have a couple days to do a like and a comment on that show. So
something fell.
Yeah, it's all
What'd
kinds
you
of
do? What did you do?
It's a mess in here. It's a mess.
Jesus.
But that's a good sign because there's always something brewing. Samurai Media, Mainframe Global, right on. Thank you for checking in. Got it. Yeah, guys. So thank you so much. If you guys are interested in 3D printing and action figure stands, to get to when we do our toy show, head over to Moocher's 3D Printing Lab. The link is in the description below. Join the YouTube channel there as I am. It's mine. So you'll see the build of my pit droid here. And I've also started a new droid build.
Stop touching things. Stop hitting things. You're breaking things.
I'm Italian. I hit talk with my hands. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my hands.
What am I gonna do about it? Huh?
We've got Toyolo 4x4. He doesn't wear socks. Maybe that's another giveaway we should do. It's like, I know John Graber doesn't wear shoes. Socks. Yeah.
And he also didn't pay attention to what we were saying. Yeah. And so, yeah.
Yeah. So leave a comment after the show is done in the comment section below. Hashtag Mustafar is your entry to the giveaway. And you must be subbed also to win.
And you must like this episode.
Yes.
50 likes, people. 50 likes. Yes, what are we currently sitting at?
34. So 16 more. And that'll trigger the show. So let's just get it. Let's just let them have it. You guys get there. You're awesome. You're awesome. Don't worry about it. YOLO toy YOLO. I love it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I don't know what
else are we doing, man. What else?
I don't know what to do. Let's just get out of here so they can leave their comments and get those things going. Let's get this thing given away. There's a lot more on the horizon that wow. Starlight Digest is taking over the platform. So
that's it.
Thank you, everybody in the pit. You guys are awesome as always. Amazing. Links are in the description below for all our affiliates. Let's get out of here. With that, Scott,
keep it nerdy, everybody.
Bye.
This is Grand Admiral Thrawn. You are listening to the Starlight Digest. What a fascinating play on words.